Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, special stream Friday night. And what a turnout. So, I do have something to show you guys, Bitcoin holders. Don't miss this chart. In fact, not just the chart. I always have good stuff to show you guys. Make you guys stay focused, stay positive, and live to fight another day. So, let's have a good time, guys, and get started. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're watching me instead of Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is an excellent movie. But it's probably jam-packed this weekend. You probably want to avoid it. But anyways, you know what? I'm going to turn off my phone here. All right. So what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, it's about the same as before. 48.9, you could see, minus 311. So it's about the same point as yesterday. Overall, it's kind of just hanging in there, not doing too much. I was told that tomorrow is full moon, and we have seen what happens with full moons. All right, you may laugh at it, but you know what? I'm gonna bring it up. Okay, so look at what happened with some of these full moons. Over here, you can see bottom. Over here, tiny little drop. Over here, bottom. The bottom of that 30K was at a full moon. So think about it. Over here, bottom, full moon. Over here, bottom, full moon. Bottom, full moon. Bottom, full moon. Bottom, full moon. I mean, you can't explain. Even here, there's a bottom, and then a bottom, and then here's a bottom. I mean, there's something with full moons. I don't know what it is. So tomorrow is a full moon. That's what I'm told. I'm not sure if that's exactly right. But if it is, maybe tomorrow we're going to finally start moving again. So I just want to bring that up. I was bringing this up. I brought it up last night during Q&A, but unfortunately my sound was not working. So you guys missed it. This is good information. Even I have to chuckle a little bit because I don't even know if I really believe in it. But the facts speak for themselves. You can't argue that every single dip somehow came at a full moon, right? And that happens to be tomorrow. So get ready for it. All right. Now, besides a full moon, what else is there? Well, there's a couple things I want to show you guys, of course. Get you guys focused, because I know the fear is still out there. In fact, you know what? Why don't we just bring it up here? What's the crypto fear? Right here. What is it at? It's at 24. Okay. So there's definitely a lot of fear, but here's the good thing. Whenever, you can see right here, whenever Bitcoin consolidates at a fear level, that usually means that a turnaround is coming, right? Sometimes you stay there for a while, but you could see that right afterwards, well, you have a tremendous rally. So I've been showing you guys a lot of metrics and TA and patterns indicating that is around the corner. And I still believe in that. Maybe it's just we're being pressed down by the full moon. But if we get past it, you know what? Bitcoin will continue forward because the fundamentals have never been better than now. So let's do this. What else is there? Well, let's start with Tech Dev. Tech Dev is pointing out this right around that 30,000 mark. You could see that it broke that 50-week SMA, which was an important mark. Many people felt like that was the start of a bear market, that Bitcoin was go ahead lower to 10,000, but that actually indicated that was a bottom. And Bitcoin rallied significantly from that point around 29,000 and then never looked back until 69,000. Even though we had a little dip at 42,000, 43,000, but still we kept going, right? You could see when Bitcoin fell down to 40,000, 39,000, it did not hit that 50-week SMA. But right now, we just hit it. We surpassed a little bit, very close to the same point as that 29,000 point, right? So does this mean that we're going to have that tremendous, bounce up and head towards a new high, quite possibly. And if you look below, the RSI also is at the same darn level, right? So is it a coincidence? Probably not. Probably not. And here's another one. This is from Matthew. And you know what? Matthew's going to be guest contributing to CryptosRUs.com. I just confirmed with him right before I started streaming. I've been getting a lot of these guys that have been doing fantastic work on Twitter, right? I think they have a lot of smarts. So I'm bringing them aboard. I want them to contribute, right? But here's one from him. And this shows some of our previous bottoms, not just at 30,000, but when Bitcoin was at 3,800 in March, and when Bitcoin, even though December spelled wrong, was at 3,100 in 2018. Yes, 2018 Bitcoin's 3,100. Yes, Bitcoin was at 3,800 in March, and you could see how the RSI seems to be following, right? This 3-day RSI trend line. And guess where we just hit? Yes, we hit that same trend line, despite the fact that we are at where we are, right? 46, 47,000, not 30,000 or 29,000, not 38,000 or 3,800, I should say, right? So does this mean a reversal is right around the corner? This indicates it could be. So pretty positive stuff overall. Some interesting TA patterns. So want to lead off with that. Michael Saylor had some kind of secret meeting, some kind of minor meeting, and this is also very, very encouraging. So look at where Bitcoin is on the very left, and look at where everything else is. Global real estate, global debt, which keeps going up. Global equities, S&P 500, the total gold mined, U.S. corporate cash, digital assets, silver mined, and Bitcoin. This is why Michael Saylor believes Bitcoin will go above 1 million and will continue forward, be 2, 3, 5 million, because there is that much money out there that hasn't flown into Bitcoin. Doesn't mean that they all will, but just a fractional piece of any of this bigger, like equities, for example, right? Just a small little piece of that flowing into Bitcoin will make a huge difference. The total cash out there is tremendous, and it's only getting more because more is being printed out of thin air, right? So this is why Bitcoin is still very, very early and what we have to look forward to. So also very positive. What else is there? Well, according to this poll, 75% of financial institutions plan on expanding support for virtual currencies over 12 months. And what do you think the number one currency they're going to support? Well, probably Bitcoin, right? So 75%, and many of them have already made a move. Cash App, PayPal, right? Who else is left? Well, probably the likes of Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Google Pay. You know, they're probably going to follow, but many others have already. So that's also pretty positive. What is this? UK raised interest rates today. Not good. Not good for UK market, but in the US, at least that's not going to come until May of 2022. That seems to have priced in already. Okay, some Yoda super chat about some other Satoshi, which is fake. It's okay. Thanks for a super chat. All right, now, what else is there? Well, besides Bitcoin kind of stalling, we still have some good news. Some altcoins are still, clinging on to the green, like Avalanche is still green. What is it? Polygon is still green. Uniswap, there's a few, but overall, it's a red day because Bitcoin came down from yesterday. But the market still is thriving. And the metrics and fundamentals of them are getting better. So let me cover some of those. For example, this is out of blue, a breaking article on CryptosRUs.com. Steph Curry, not just him, but Under Armour is jumping into Decentraland, right? We heard Adidas doing it. Now it's Under Armour, and this is coming in a few days, right? So what's going to happen? Are they going to launch a store? Probably. Are they going to do some special drops? Probably, right? So, you know, it's so early for metaverse. It's so early for these brands, right? They're all thinking about how to capitalize. So, pretty positive overall. And metaverses, I think it's just the beginning. Really the beginning. I mean, there's so many things that we can do in metaverses that we're not doing now. But imagine, you know, for example, I talk about Spider-Man, right? Imagine if Marvel or Sony released an early viewing of Spider-Man inside, say, AMC theaters or Marvel theater inside Decentraland, and you had to pay X amount to see it, right? But you have to be inside the game with the avatar inside the movie theater to see it, right? Think about it. I mean, that would raise like hundreds of millions of dollars already. So it's still very early, and in 5 years, who knows what's going to be in the metaverse, right? Anyways, all right, move on. What else is there? Avalanche analyst shows rock solid strength. That's what I hear at the gym all day long, amid crypto market washout, right? So if you look through here, a lot of good stuff. And Ike expands their ETN offering with Avalanche and Polygon. So obviously that's bringing more money. ETNs are kind of like ETFs, but not really. But in Europe, so that's pretty good. You know, you got a lot of fantastic games, you know, that's coming on board. You look at some of this charts. You look at the metrics. You look at, I mean, anything that's measurable, right? It's pretty positive for Avalanche, which is why I'm pretty positive, bullish on Avalanche. And I've covered so much about them recently, so I'm not going to go more into detail. But, you know, they're doing pretty good right now. And then not just them. What about Polygon? Well, new data, again, breaking article on CryptosRUs.com, data shows that Polygon has surpassed ETH in new tokens deployed. Think about it. There's more ERC20 tokens being released now on Polygon than Ethereum. Think about that. So Polygon obviously has a ton of momentum, and all these projects are flocking to Polygon because it's just cheaper and easier and faster, right? And Polygon definitely has a lot more to go with ZK scaling, ZK rollups, and many other partnerships, you know? So Polygon is also in a very, very good spot right now. So also very bullish. But let's not forget Ethereum. It's not going anywhere. Ethereum, non-zero addresses, basically people that hold any kind of ETH, keeps on growing and keeps accelerating. Over 70,442,234. So shows you that even though Polygon may have surpassed the ERC20 tokens, but addresses, Ethereum still rocks, closing in over 70 million addresses. What about Solana? Here's an interesting fact. Solana has their own mobile wallet, or not mobile, web-based wallet, Phantom. You know, it's got the equivalent to MetaMask. And take a look at it. It is, right now, the number of wallets is same as Ethereum's MetaMask in October in 2020, before Ethereum blew up from 1.3 million to about 10.4 million. Solana's Phantom is right around there, right? So Phantom continues to adopt users, and Solana continues to grow. Well, you're going to see they're going to grow in the same footsteps, right? So Solana is also doing very good. And of course, there's a lot of stuff going on. This is the top apps. The one that a lot of people is paying attention to is DeFi Land. So it's going to be some kind of agriculture, metaverse kind of play with DeFi involved. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of attention to it. So that could be one to pay attention to. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. I guess let's just do Q&A. But before I go on, I do have another promising play-to-earn NFT game, metaverse, however you want to call it. Looks pretty darn good. That's Zoomthereum. Yes, Zoomthereum. So this is interesting. This game is combining basically everything together. You have fantastic graphics, as you can see, because this game is created by many, many graphic artists, and they have overall, I think, 5 on the team, right? They're also getting involved with drops, So NFT drops, which is actually coming January 1st. But they're making it very, very limited. And I'm sure you guys heard that before, but there's a point to this. So there's only going to be 3,500 keys, okay, represented by NFTs. And those are represented by eggs. And each one will have no more than 250 copies. But here's the thing, though. The eggs give you a surprise. You don't know what's coming out of it. So for a price of one, you're actually getting two. Because the eggs will hatch. And whatever hatches is kind of like a key to something. It could be a key to some kind of game. It could be a key to entering something else. It could be another NFT. You just don't know, right? That's why you want to get one of these keys, because that is it. After 3,500, there are no more. And whatever comes afterwards requires a key to play, right? And there are playable characters. There are a lot of them. And here are some of the eggs that's being dropped. Here's an Arctic egg, a robotic egg, a cemetery egg, Oriental egg, island egg, Mayan egg. And as you can see, the graphics look beautiful. And this doesn't do it justice. There's actually a lot more. And some of these eggs are very, very limited. For example, Egyptian egg is 1 of 15. Here's what the art actually looks like, right? So here's a shaman. Here's a scientist. Here's a beautiful dragon. Here's an alien, right? So these guys are top-notch graphic artists, right? And it says right here, basically, they've been involved with Bitcoin since 2015, a little bit after me, and a team of 4 investors and full-time CG guys, right? And then just goes through some of the stuff that's coming in March and in April, right? So overall, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. The only thing that's questionable is what's going to come out of those eggs? Well, I guess it's not questionable. It's a surprise. And you'll just have to find out if you do decide to mint and grab some of these eggs, right? So if you want to check them out, check out their URL and their Telegram and Discord. They're all in the description of this video. All right, guys. That's it. Now let's do some Q&A. All right, scrolling up. Can you do a quick dive into UFO? Dustin, I've been telling you, I need to look more into UFO. I haven't yet, but I will. Trust me, I will. Santa banned crypto at North Pole. You know, there's a reason why I'm not drinking. A lot of you guys thought I would be drinking tonight because I'm saving it. So the reason why I'm streaming today, I explained this morning, is because starting tomorrow and for next week, I will be traveling somewhere sunny, somewhere beachy with a lot of sand, and I'll be enjoying myself, right? And taking some time off with the family, but my streaming schedule will probably be off. I'll probably just do one stream, probably from the beach, and just kind of cover a few pieces of news. So it won't be consistent for next week. And I may even take some days off, but you know, just to give you guys a heads up. And I'll probably be drinking a lot during that trip, so that's why I'm not drinking tonight. It's pronounced Rafiq. Okay, thank you, because I said I couldn't pronounce it last time. Rafiq. Crypto has about tens of promising projects, with new ones launching all the time. Think video game systems in the 70s, 80s. When do you expect consolidation to take place? Well, the thing is, though, I think that's a good analogy, but it's not exactly the same. Because unlike video game systems, for people to create, you know, new project is much easier. Especially, for example, like NFTs. Anyone can create it, really, right? So the barrier to entry is a lot easier than, saying, creating a console and trying to market it, right, and bring it to retail stores. So I get what you're saying, but there's always going to be new projects that come out, very hyped up ones. They can market it very well, right? And they'll become big. So, and there's always new retail players coming in. So it's not like the same people that's always in the space. There's always going to be new people coming in looking for new exciting projects. Some of them will turn out shitcoin. Some of them will turn out to be really good ones, right? So I don't really think there's ever going to be true consolidation. There's always going to be many projects out there. And if you look at just tech companies overall, it's the same thing. There's so many, outside of crypto, there's so many projects for everything. But, you know, will they ever consolidate? No, but there's always like big players, right? XRP or Doge? Oof. Well, that's a tough one. I'd go with XRP. I don't know. I'm not very thrilled with Doge right now. Let's see. I lay an egg every morning. All right. What else is there? Can you give your thoughts on Card Starter, Launchpad Project Cardano, 1,500 cards, guaranteed allocation every time? You know what? I looked at Card Starter before. Not for a while though. Let's pull it up. I don't know what their market cap is, but they have no volume. Here's a tip when you guys are looking at a project. When the volume is under 1 million, that means very, very, very little people are actually, you know, trading it, which means that it does not have a lot of volume at all. First Assured Accelerate for Cardano. Yeah, I've seen this before. Launchpads are pretty hot. You know, there's launchpads launching left and right, and some of them do very well because the IDOs that come out, or conducted, I should say, they turn out to be really good, right? But you know, the thing about Cardano is none of this really matters. The reason why it's probably not doing well is because Cardano itself isn't doing well. You gotta wait for Cardano to come back, right? Cardano starts pumping, everything within the Cardano ecosystem is gonna start doing good. What do you think about Star Atlas ship staking they released? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to it. Block token, blockchain dev, SDK on ZilSwap. Okay. Are you talking about Blocktopia or something else? Yeah, Blocktopia, where it's like a metaverse of 21 stories. Yeah, and you got to do stuff within the building. I know a few players into it. Not few players, few influencers into it. You know, I did some research into them. There was something about it that caught me off guard. I forgot what it was. You know what? I should pull this up. Hold on a second. Let me try to pull something up here. Let's see. Oh, I can't find it. Yeah. I thought I had a research paper done on Blocktopia, but I don't. But I looked into them, and there's something about it I forgot. But anyways, if you guys like research papers, you guys like learning projects really easily, but also very in-depth, right? I have a lot of them on Patreon, so I don't talk about Patreon a lot, but there's a lot of exclusive stuff in Patreon in case you guys want to learn more. You can't get enough learning, you can't get enough research, well, you should check out Patreon. But I'll do more research in Blocktopia, and I'll let you know. Someone said Yearn pump because they bought 7.5 million of their tokens. That's interesting. Gala, Sand, or Mana. I think they're all promising, but Gala has announced a lot of stuff recently, so there's a lot of games. See, unlike Sand or Mana, Gala is a gaming platform, so there could be a lot of games coming aboard. And they're the cheapest of the three, so I think I like Gala the most out of the three, but I do like all three. Do you think Omi will be listed on Coinbase? Yes, I do. Jacob, what's the 6 months code? I can't tell you that because I already gave it out, and I promise not to give it out again. But in case you guys want to know what that's about, go to CryptosRUs.com and check out the giveaway on top, because there are two. One for me hitting 600,000 subscribers, which is pretty soon, and one for year end. And this is the one you don't want to miss. And I've been giving clues out left and right? So if you guys want to win, all you have to do is subscribe and check out some of my channels and my websites and my merch store, stuff like that. But you have a chance to win 1 ETH 5 winners and 4,000 nulls. I don't want to discount that. That's a significant amount already. So you guys need to check that out if you want to win some free crypto. Raker, thank you. Who's your backup? Single point of failure. I have no backup. I am my own backup. Let's see here. I read BTC hash rate fell 20% in the last 24 hours. That's usually bearish BC. I don't know if that's true, actually. Let's check it out. Let's see. Let's verify. Yeah, I did. But let's see here. Let's zoom in. I mean, you look at it, you know, we had this and we had this, and you know what? Sometimes you get dips, but this dip is not like this. That's where China banned Bitcoin, right? So, I mean, it did dip a little bit, but you could see that we had this one too, right before it, and then it shot up to the moon. So, who knows? We could just recover right away. We did form an all-time high for hash, though. We did recently. So, that could explain it, because whenever we have difficulty adjustment every 2 weeks, right? Maybe difficulty got really difficult. That's why hash power went down. It could be because of that. So Bitcoin adjusts the difficulty every 2 weeks. So that could be a big part of it. So nothing to be worried about, I would say. Do you believe I made a mistake locking my ETH on Coinbase until ETH 2.0 comes out? No, I don't. I think that's fine. That probably forces you not to make any rash decisions. So actually, that probably is a good decision. IMX, why isn't it NAS adapted? No fees. I don't know what you mean by NAS adapted. Mass adopted? Because there's a lot of layer 2s out there. That's why. I mean, they're not doing too bad, but, you know, they're growing. Yeah, and they're close to 1 billion. So, you know, there's a lot of layer 2s out there. However, you know, I do know some big projects are moving to Immutable X. You know, for example, Coinme is. But they're still very early. And you look at them versus, like, say, what Polygon has, they're nowhere close. So Polygon's ecosystem is probably 1,000-fold or 10,000-fold more than Immutable X at this point. When is the bear market coming? Should I wait to buy? I don't know. After we top out, maybe? How about a little BTCTA before you take off? I'm not the expert in that category. Does Terra Luna have strong potential to be number 3? Has strong potential to be top, I would say 5. Top 3 is going to be really hard. Really hard. There's some really strong contenders. They have to be stronger than, say, Solana and Avalanche and Cardano. That's really tough. Is it possible? Sure. But I think it's more likely they're just going to stay in the top 5. QANX. I don't know what. Quan platform. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. Still bullish. Even bulls need sleep. Yes. That is true. All right. Last few questions. 41K, then 55, then 33. Okay. I don't believe that faded. When do you expect the top? Well, sometime in 2022. It looks like the top is going to be in 2022. But, you know, we can still see a significant rally within the next 2 weeks. But I think the top is where all the metrics are pointing to, right? Right now, we're like kind of in the middle of the cycle. So everything, all the measurable stuff show that Bitcoin is probably going to end up around 120 to 150,000. So I think that's where we're going to end up. It may take a little bit longer, but when it comes to Bitcoin, time is on your hands. You just gotta have patience, and we know that adoption keeps growing and fundamentals keeps getting better. So it's just one of those things. You just gotta wait. You gotta wait. All right. Yeah, crypto vet Pulse Chain. I would get out ASAP because it's created by a scam artist, and I don't believe in anything that he does, including Pulse Chain. So, yeah, I would not be involved with that project. All right, that's pretty much it. Overall, Bitcoin is, you know, kind of hovering, right? But when it's done hovering, we're going to see pretty good movement. I think it's been suppressed for quite enough. I think we had the shakeout that we needed, and it's ready to go. And all the metrics and patterns and fundamentals support that. And plus, let's not forget, inflation also helps Bitcoin too. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I'll be traveling, so I don't know what my schedule is. I'll try to stream whenever I can, so it's very important that you guys follow me on Twitter. So whenever I do plan on streaming, I'll be on Twitter letting you guys know, so make sure you get on, all right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.